Hello and welcome back. So I'm very excited for this video. This is my beauty favorites. It's actually all makeup favorites of the year, and I'm very excited. This was my first year on YouTube, so thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate it. I feel like I don't say that enough because it sounds cheesy, but thank you. I appreciate it. And I've had a makeup Instagram, so I did do a 2017 yearly favorites on Instagram, and I did recap those on my channel. So I will link that video for you if you are interested in seeing that. So let's get into the favorites. First item is basic eye primer. This is the Wet n Wild eye primer. I have been using this for many years since it was in the Fergie packaging. I think that was 6 years ago, and it doesn't crease. I have very oily eyelids, and Too Faced and Urban Decay crease on me. For liquid eyeliner, my favorite is the Maybelline Line Stiletto. I've been using this for years as well. It is a felt tip. It's only about $6, and the reason I keep repurchasing this is because I cannot do winged liner with any other eyeliner, and this is cheap because these run out. They dry out about every 4 to 5 months, so that is why I keep repurchasing this one. Okay, for pencil eyeliner, my favorite is this Urban Decay 24/7 in Alkaline, and it is a beautiful burgundy color. Let me swatch it. It's really, really pretty, and I have this in my waterline today, and I just really like it. I feel like I use a black in my upper tight line every day, but I can use this there too. So I don't know, I feel like this is a really pretty unique color, and I've really enjoyed it. Mascara, these have been my favorites for years. Lower lash line, CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume. This is the only one that does not smudge on my lower lash line, so I just keep repurchasing it. And then for the upper, this has been also my favorite for many years. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous. Sometimes I buy the Carbon Black, but sometimes I can't find it and I just buy this one. It's in Blackest Black. They're pretty similar to me. I barely even notice a difference. This is just mega volume, which I like for the top lashes, and it doesn't flake. That is my huge problem. So many mascaras flake all over, and this one doesn't, so I keep buying it. For eyebrows, actually, this year I've mostly filled in my eyebrows with eyeshadow, and that saved a lot of money on eye pencils actually. But my favorite for a brow mascara is the Essence Make Me Brow. What is my color? Brownie Brows. So I just fill in my eyebrows with eyeshadow, and then I set it with this. I love the tiny little brush. A lot of these type of brow mascaras, the brush is really big and then it gets messy. So I love this, and it's only $3. Such a good product. Okay, so for face primer, this was very, very, very difficult for me. I'm extremely picky when it comes to face primers, I've discovered. And I went back and forth and I couldn't decide, but I finally decided on one that I repurchased, and it is the Maybelline Baby Skin. So the reason I pick this is I need a pore filling and line filling primer. So it needs to be smoothing. So dewy primers and those kind of like moisturizing primers don't do anything for me. But this works. It fills in my forehead lines, and I have large pores right here, and this works, and it's only $6. So my other favorite primers are the YSL one, and that is so expensive. So I feel like I tested this out. I finished a whole bottle of it, and I realized the YSL one maybe is a tiny bit better, but price-wise, I don't really want to keep repurchasing that. So I am going to stick with this, and I do really, really like it. Foundation. This was a difficult category for me as well. I experimented a lot with foundation this year, and I found some I really, really like. But thinking about it, I just realized that my favorite is still Estee Lauder Double Wear. This was in a project pan, and it's all empty, so I had to pull this out of my empties, and this is still my favorite. It really is. I tried so hard to find a dupe, but I can't. The lasting power is amazing. I could wear this for 20 something hours, and I have, and it lasts really, really well, and it looks really good in pictures. It's not cakey, but it's full coverage. I've never found anything as good. The closest I have found is the Too Faced Born This Way, and I really like it, but the lasting power on that is just not there. It wears away after, maybe 6 or 7 hours, and this does not. So this is still my favorite, and I plan on repurchasing once I finish up a foundation, because right now I have 6 other foundations. So once I finish one, I'm getting this back in my life. So I tried not to pick two in many of these categories, but I did pick two concealers because I love both of these and I use them when I'm in the mood for different looks. So for every day, I like the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. My color is C3. Oh, I didn't mention, just in case anyone cares, my color is 1W1 Bone in the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and it works really well. Whoops. One problem I have with foundations is finding ones with yellow undertones because a lot of the drugstore ones have pink undertones. Anyway, back to the concealer. So C3, I love this. It is not dry and cakey because I have dry under eyes and I have lines under there. So I need a concealer on the more moisturizing side. And I love this one. It's $7, it's amazing. Now, Tarte Shape Tape my color is light. So a lot of people have said these are dupes, and I think they're very similar other than the fact that this is full coverage. This is not full coverage. This is very full coverage. So when I want a full coverage under eye like I do today, when I have a darker eyeshadow, I've noticed that I want fuller coverage under my eyes. So I reach for these in different situations. I have finished up a tube of both of these in the past, so these are repurchases. Alrighty, powders. So for setting powder for my face, I like a skin tone powder because those white powders always leave me a flashback and I don't like it. So my favorite is, this is the ColourPop, what is this called? No Filter Sheer Pressed Powder. And my color is Fair. And yeah, I've used it almost all up. I love this. It's a bit more for oily skin though. My skin is combination, so very oily here, dry up here. Now that it's winter, I'm more dry, so I have to use a smaller amount of this, but it still works and it's not too dry. So I really, really like this. For under eye powder, this replaced my previous favorite, which was the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. And that was my favorite for, I think, 5 years for under eyes. I can't stand the white ones because they give me a white cast and I have lines, so I need a powder that is going to keep my concealer from creasing. And the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil is amazing, but this is just slightly better. And it's the Lancome Absolute Powder. What's this color? So Absolute Pearl is this color. So let me just show you. So this is kind of a pink, can you tell? I don't know that you can see that. There you go. So it has a slightly pink undertone, which works very well for my under eyes because it kind of helps cancel darkness. And yeah, it just works and it's so smoothing. The Bare Minerals Mineral Veil is just slightly more dry than this, but it's a similar color. It's also a very kind of light pink. They sell this in a bunch of different colors and some of them are shimmery. I don't have one of those. This is not a shimmery powder, but yeah, you've heard Jaclyn Hill talk about she uses this as a highlighter. That's a different color, so beware. But Absolute Pearl is a pink powder that works very well for my under eyes. Now, this was definitely in my favorites last year, so I'm calling this a category of finishing powder. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, and what I like to do is use either this color, which is incandescent, or mix it in with dim light to kind of blend my highlighter and blush together. And I've tried that with regular powders before, and somehow it just like, it makes my blush and highlighter disappear. This doesn't do that. It just makes it look more blended. And you can also, this middle one, I do use sometimes as a natural highlighter, but usually I go for more intense highlighters, but I love this. It's so finely milled and I've tried to find dupes and I can't. Next up is bronzer. I like a lot of the bronzers I have in my collection. Actually, I like all of them, but if I had to pick a favorite, I went with the Marc Jacobs. This one is the Tantastic. So I actually own both of them. I have the one in the black packaging too. But the reason I like this one slightly more is that this one is a bit more warm tone. The one in the black packaging has more of a pink undertone. So if I put on too much with my yellow undertones, it kind of clashes and makes my face look a little bit dirty. This one doesn't do that. It's perfect. It's beautiful. You can build it up. I love it. I just love it. I mean, it's just a bronzer. How much can you rave about a bronzer? But it blends very easily. A lot of bronzers are choppy and look blotchy, and I do not like that. It's expensive, $50, but I love it. This white packaging. How can I not love it? Blush was a surprisingly difficult category because I've come to the realization this year that most blushes on my face just look the same. I feel like I only need 5 blushes. But there is a blush formula that I enjoyed the most, and it was this Anastasia one. So this blush kit, this is the Radiant one, and I'm wearing this color today, kind of an orangey color. Are these the most unique colors in the world? No. But I love the formula because they blend like a dream, and I love that you have 4 colors that are definitely different enough where you can do different looks. I mean, if I only had to keep one blush product, I would keep this and I'd have all the colors I need. I couldn't find this online though, so I think that they have discontinued it, but that's not really the point of this video. But if you have this, use it because it blends like a dream and I love it. Hey, we're making progress. Highlighter time. Ofra. Okay, I'm sorry, Ofra. This formula is amazing. This is Everglow. This was the Nika Tutorials collab, and they do sell all 3 of these individually now, but what I like to do is use either this one, or I mix them together. Let me just swatch them. I mean, I've never experienced such an intense highlighter before. There they are. They are so metallic. I'm wearing the combination of those. It's a bit much, okay, a bit much on the highlighter today, but that's okay. I love this because it is super metallic, it is not glittery, it lasts well, it's amazing. I love this formula. I have several other shades and I love them as well, but this was the first one I bought, so I have a slight attachment to it, but it's amazing. But only if you want a very intense highlighter. If you want a subtle, go for the Hourglass. We're almost done and it is time for eyeshadow palettes. This was very difficult, but I chose one colorful and one neutral. And for the neutral one, I did pick the Soft Glam. I love this, it's beautiful. I just really, really like it. And I've been very impressed with this formula. So you've seen this a million times. It's got golds, it's got pinks, it's got browns. It's very pretty, and the metallics in it are quite metallic. Some have a bit of glitter and they do need some setting spray, but the mattes blend easily. I mean, it's the usual ABH formula. You've seen it before, but I think this is a very good neutral palette that gives you some pinks and some golds. I just like it. So for a colorful eyeshadow palette, you're probably not going to be surprised if you've been watching my channel all year because I've mentioned this palette many times. I did a review when it first came out, and it's the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. This palette has blown me away. I love it so much. The color scheme is beautiful. You've got pinks, you've got blues, greens. What I love is that it's not just shimmer shades that are colorful. I've noticed a lot of palettes tend to do neutral mattes with just shimmer colors, but I like that there's some colorful mattes. And the formula is amazing. It basically blends itself. It's so easy to use, and it's only $18. I mean, if this was a $50 eyeshadow palette, I'd be like, yeah, it's a $50 eyeshadow palette. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. So I love the colors. I love the formula. It's long lasting. BH Cosmetics has really, really impressed me with this one. And I think it's still for sale. It was gone for a while, but I'm pretty sure it is still for sale on BH Cosmetics and also the Ulta website. Okay, last category is lip products. So for regular tube lipsticks, I picked the ColourPop Luxe lipsticks. You've heard me talk about these a lot probably. I'm just picking one here. This is the color Layover. It's just a warm nude. But these are only $7, and I think this formula is very, very nice. It reminds me of MAC lipsticks. I think these are amazing, and the packaging is beautiful. I think I have 6 or 7 of these, and I love them all. I did pick a liquid lipstick as well, and this formula is amazing. It's the Smashbox Always On, and this is in Fair Game. I'm wearing this today with a lip gloss on top, and that's what I love about this, because most days I don't want to wear a liquid lipstick because they're drying, they're uncomfortable. There's the swatch right there. It's just a pretty nude color, but this is such a nice formula that when I wear it on its own, it's not as uncomfortable as other liquid lipsticks, but it's not so thick that you can't layer a gloss on top. So many liquid lipsticks I've tried to put a gloss on top and then it's just like a clumpy mess, and I do not like that. So these are, it's a very nice thin formula, so it layers well. These are expensive though, $24. I would like to get another color, but yeah, $24 for a lipstick is a bit ridiculous, especially because I own a lot of lipstick, but yeah, this color, fair game. I really like it and it's a great formula. The very last category is lip gloss, and I had to pick the Marc Jacobs lip gloss. I just love it. I mean, I'm wearing this on top of the Fair Game shade, and I like lip gloss that has some color. It's not too sticky, but it's not too opaque because I like to layer with lipstick usually. And yeah, I mean, you've seen this a million times. It's a pinky nude, but it's just a really nice formula and it's really comfortable. And I've worn this on its own too, and it has enough color that you can do that. So there it is right there. It's a pinky nude. Is it really worth $28? I'm not sure, but I really like it and I'm glad that I have it. If I could only keep one of my lip glosses, it would be this one. It's just very, very nice. Okay, so that is it. Those are my yearly favorites. I love all of these products. I want to continue to use them. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know, what are some of your favorites? Do you have some of these products? What do you think? And thanks for watching.